Vassy, I'm not gonna lie, you've been winning me over lately. If you became a conservative political commentator, I think you'd have a massive following. Just give it a thought. During this segment, Vassy straight up grills David Eby for essentially panhandling to Mark Carney in order to get benefits for British Columbia.
Are you willing to go further than just banking on Mark Carney approving things to get the economy going? Are you going to look at your own spending beyond just 850 jobs? Just to be clear, my question was whether there would be more full-time jobs lost in the public service. I didn't get a specific answer to that.
Ooh, that one had to sting. I hope you all enjoyed this clip as much as I did, because lately we just need something to smile about. And there's not much better than those communist tears. Make sure you give the video a like to help me reach more common sense people in Canada like yourself. Consider subscribing. It's totally free, like David Eby's safe injection sites.
And we have a lot of projects like this that we're ready to go on, and that's my pitch to the Prime Minister. Look west, this is where the opportunity is.
Do I take from that answer that there won't be any truly meaningful cuts on the spending side? And I do take your point about exogenous factors, for example, like resource prices that have an impact on your bottom line, but you, as the Premier, made a decision, for example, to get rid of the carbon tax, which also cost your bottom line nearly $3 billion. You're now looking at debt servicing costs projected in the neighborhood of $5 billion, all of which could be going to the very worthy causes you just outlined. Are you willing to go further than just banking on Mark Carney approving things to get the economy going? Are you going to look at your own spending beyond just 850 jobs?
Yeah, I don't know how you'd reach that conclusion from my answer, Vassy. Very clear. We're doing a review internally. We're getting waste out of our health authorities and internally in the provincial government. We've reduced the size of the public service by 850 full-time equivalents, and we're just getting started. But that alone will not be enough. There's huge demands on public services. And when we look at the growth in our population we've seen in BC, the demands of an aging population around healthcare and long-term care, the only solution is to grow our economy. We can't look to taxpayers for this.
Just a very quick follow-up before I move on to another topic of discussion between yourself and the Prime Minister. You mentioned 850 full-time jobs, and we're just getting started. Does that mean that the public service in British Columbia should expect further cuts?
We're unapologetic about getting rid of administrative overhead and waste within the system. And so we're looking at everything to make sure that we're delivering high quality services to British Columbians, not impacting that, while bringing down the costs generally.
And I certainly understand the intent of not impacting services, but just to be clear, my question was whether there would be more full-time jobs lost in the public service. I didn't get a specific answer to that.
Well, there's no question that we have to bend the curve on the size of the public service, Vassy, and we've reduced the size of the public service by 850 full-time equivalents already.
I don't know how you reached that conclusion from my answer, Vassy. This poor soy boy just can't cope with the pushback. You can see the lack of confidence within him when he has to defend the shitty policies that's keeping his province in turmoil. It also doesn't convey much confidence in the people of your province when you're relying on federal handouts to get yourself out of trouble. What I found most interesting and what actually kind of slid under the radar for most people is that David Eby's problem with the temporary foreign workers program is not that we're bringing in too many immigrants, it's that we're sending away too many.
A few weeks ago, you spoke about the temporary foreign worker program in particular. You said it needed to be very much reconstructed, or there needed to be significant changes, or the federal government should consider getting rid of the program altogether. Did you ask the Prime Minister to do that?
Yes, I spoke about immigration, and specifically the temporary foreign worker program, the international labor mobility program, with both the Prime Minister and now with the Immigration Minister as well. I actually brought with me Harjinder. Harjinder is a health worker in British Columbia. She's a medical transcriptionist, works in our healthcare system in BC, provides a vital service. She's facing deportation back to India because she's a temporary foreign worker, and because our provincial spaces where we can offer citizenship have been reduced by half, we're unable to offer permanent residency or citizenship for her. We have 800 health workers in that position. We lost childcare workers on the Sunshine Coast that didn't see a path to citizenship, and as a result, a childcare facility closed, leaving parents adrift. So my message for the Minister and for the Prime Minister was we're seeing really problematic excesses, especially south of the Fraser in British Columbia and the area around Surrey, of abuse of workers, people buying and selling the permits to bring in temporary workers, and just what appears to be a total absence of enforcement. Combined with the fact that we have temporary workers, we want to make them permanent. We want to keep them in British Columbia, and we can't do it because our numbers were cut by the previous minister so dramatically.
Oh my god, this dude. How can anyone in Canada be so out of tune with what the people want? I mean, for God's sakes, any regular Joe off the street could do a better job than this commie. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this unveiling of David Eby. Make sure you leave a comment below. Tell me what your thought is of this clip. And is Vassy starting to finally come over to the side of common sense? Wishful thinking, but tell me your thoughts.